What's up, and welcome back to NCP episode 30 something. I think either 32 or 33, depending on whether or not you count the off season roundtable. But we are so back, and I am back here joined by Colin. How you doing, Colin?
I am good. Happy to be back. It's been too long.
Yep. Um, the engineer himself. But we'll get into the stuff that Colin has made that everyone who listens to this already knows about later on. And I got Ham here. Ham, how you feeling?
It's late, let me tell you. Two
He's,
2:20 on a Sunday. It's pretty late. Tired.
yeah, he's
Late
struggling. If,
night.
if if you need to cop out at any point in the podcast because we go too long, just let us know.
Okay, I
Um,
appreciate that.
yeah, but obviously got lots to talk about. We're about to dive into the new season of SPL and MLS, which is awesome. I think we got to just start calling it strikers at this point. Like it gets kind of confusing just now that MLS is an actual thing. So we'll just call it strikers, striker sim. But lots to get into. Before we talk about the future, I think that it's important that we give some acknowledgement of the past. We have not done a real episode since playoffs, but Danny did win. Um, Overall, I feel like playoffs were a pretty big success. The broadcast was fun. I think the format was really successful. I think there's only a few things that we could tweak and change going into this season, but overall, super happy. Colin, did you have any final thoughts on season three?
No, congrats to Danny for going up. Or Danny for winning. Congrats to Garrett and Dave for moving up to the SPL. Uh, Shout out to Tanya, our new member, new coach here, and sayonara to the one and only Adam/Grant.
Who knows?
If only there
Still
was a
don't
way
know.
to figure that out. But I'd say you're doing a little bit better, Hamilton, when it comes to new people names. I feel like you've been doing all right with Jake, and we'll see how
Yeah.
you do with Tanya.
She's gonna be Grant by the end of the season. I guarantee it.
I sure as heck hope not. But yeah, no results are up on the screen there. And by now it's been over a month, so it's old history. I don't think any of us could tell you anything about the games, but congratulations to Danny. He will be attempting to defend his throne for season 4, which will be very interesting. Um, so I think next we can just sort of talk about the auction as a whole. Um, Overall,
You
from
went-
like a logistics standpoint, could not have been more of a success. Did someone just say something?
I was gonna ask if you wanted to first talk about the general. I think we made one general change for at a a couple general changes to how the league functions. That might be nice to talk about. My apologies for not talking to do this beforehand. I might have missed this conversation.
That's all right. We didn't real. I still have no plan as to what we're doing for this podcast. It's very much just
Okay.
vibes. We don't have our usual format that we can just mindlessly rely on. Um, but yeah, so for season 4, couple like nothing like groundbreaking, but we are now going to game fitness rather than series fitness. So I think that Hamilton was the one who helped knock down this number specifically, of 7 games. So, and you have to have at least 3 games of fitness in order for a person to play. So in theory, if you sweep 2 series in a row or you get swept 2 series in a row, you can play a player for a third series, which was not an option in season 3. Hamilton, did that have like any impact on how you drafted per se?
Not necessarily, but I would also like to give credit. I believe Dave was the first person to suggest 7. If this is incorrect, Dave, I apologize, but I also want to try and give you credit because Dave was also, in my mind, the first one to pitch game fitness as opposed to series fitness. But I don't think it'd have changed how I drafted. I just wanted a team. I'm gonna be honest. I just tried to draft Danny's team, and I think I did pretty well. Um,
Yeah,
Pretty
which I
excited
mean,
for my
like,
team.
to say like it doesn't really change things. I feel like if you were to take the format to heart, what you have is probably the best, just with a really strong eight. Like in terms of that change, like optimizing it, the thing that probably makes the most sense is like having a super strong A team. And
Yeah.
debatedly, I don't know how you feel about your roster, but a slightly weaker B team.
Daisy's the same caliber as Bowser, if I do say so. She can teleport. Bowser can't. Um, so
new,
I think she's stronger.
new patch for season 5. Bowser teleport.
Ooh,
Um,
find the code, Colin.
Yeah, and then obviously the other change was we did a blind auction instead of a standard snake draft. Um, and I'm struggling to think of any other shifts. Does anyone else have anything to shout out?
The in the SPL now, the it will function similar to the or in the MLS, the playoffs will function similar to the SPL. First place gets an automatic promotion. Second place goes straight into the championship, like promotion game, and then third and fourth play each other with the winner playing against the 2 seed to be promoted.
Mm.
I don't know if I explained that very well, but
I think you did
if you
it
go to the
okay job. If
go
you
to the
already read
playoff
it.
bracket on the news sheet, there's a picture on the spreadsheet, not the website.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, which I think that's going to be a very positive change as well. That was kind of like my one gripe with the MLS last season is I feel like a lot of teams were kind of done and dusted a little bit earlier than would be ideal. Uh, what am I doing?
There's a playoff bracket somewhere.
Yeah, it
There
just
it is.
it was just being janky. But yeah, no, that'll be good. And same playoff format for SPL, which I think there's still maybe like one more perfect thing that we could do there, but we can always iterate in the future. And I was pretty happy with it. Um, anything else new for season 4 that people can think of?
I think that's it.
Yeah, which I mean, like I'd say we already kind of put a bow on season 3, but season 3 was a in my mind a massive success. Definitely the best format. It's kind of weird, like thinking back. Like I feel like season 2 was a really strange middle ground, like with the conferences. Um,
Yeah.
it kind of feels like a fever dream at this point. Um,
Season 1 was truly a fever dream.
yeah, but like that
Triple
one
dry
kind of like
bones?
makes more sense just because that was just the lab. Um, but yeah, so not like a lot that we really needed to change for season 4. So nothing wrong with that. Um, so I think next we can get into the auction itself. So we had 2 separate auctions for the MLS and for the SPL. We did the MLS first, and my God, we didn't do our mock drafts for the sake of preparing ourselves necessarily, mainly just to try and, figure out if it worked or not. But I don't know, Hamilton, did the MLS draft play out how you thought it would at all?
I think I was talking with Colin beforehand, and we were both just anticipating chaos. Um, and so, I mean, I think the third character off the boards was a dry bones that I won for 16 on a rebid.
Yeah.
Um, and that made me so happy to win that. Like a dry bones for 16, in my mind was a steal. Um, so granted, I think he went cheaper later, which is even more insane to me. But
I got one
I
for
would confidently state that this draft did not go how I anticipated it from the first pick, with Jake putting almost half of his budget on Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that definitely was a shocking start. I mean, I had that leaked a little bit because I got to see Jake's spreadsheet, so I knew that was coming. But Do we? I mean, it'll take a little while, but do you guys want to just go through this blow for blow? Because I feel like there's a lot of like, there's obviously beats that we can skip through, but I feel like it's worth talking about unless anyone has any gripes.
We can
I'm
go
okay with
through.
that.
I would say for me, like the major theme of this draft was outside of Donkey Kong, straight up like at the beginning, no captain. There was like very few captains got pulled, and so all the
Yeah,
sidekicks were going, and the captains were kind of sitting there till the end.
yeah.
Very
Which I would also.
stressful. Kind of screwed up my draft plans, and then, but yeah, still
I
fun.
think that um, the captains going late is very different than the mock drafts, where I felt like the captains went early.
Yeah.
Um, which is just like it does mess with how you're saving your money. I'm looking at this and I'm noticing now that Freddy bid 0 on Donkey Kong, which is just kind of crazy in my mind. Like I know that he probably wanted other captains, but like to bid to true 0, like I bid 12, which is way less than what I thought he would go for. But like if I won Donkey Kong for 12 coins, I wasn't gonna be upset about that.
That was
Um,
pretty much my thought process with 18.
yeah. So it's just interesting to see, looking at the data and see like Jake bid 0 for dry bones, which is hilarious in my mind. But Freddie bid 1 for dry bones.
If we go through this second round, Reed outbid me by one on that hammer bro. Then Hamilton outbid me by one for a dry bones. So we see how my draft is going early on.
I also, so I remember there being a tie on that dry bones. Were you
There might
participating in that tie as well?
I
No,
don't know. I think you guys tied at 15 and I started at 14 and then I went up to 15.
yeah, you and Reed
Okay.
tied, and Reed just rebid 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these sidekicks at early on were like pretty good value.
Yeah.
I
10 for
mean,
this Birdo was maybe a
in a,
stretch.
yeah, in a three Monty league, 15 is not bad. Um, and I think we can just kind of like work our way down this and just, call stuff out that we find interesting. Obviously, people using the price of the previous dry bones to try and gauge this. Um, Definitely one that jumps out is the 11 coin bid for the did, uh, when no one else dropped a cent.
Oh wow.
So shouts out to Tanya for that one. But I know, so I had Tanya leaked her strategy to me a couple weeks ago when I met them for the very first time. And their whole plan was to get DK and tank because they hate DK. That was that was their plan for the whole season. So I think they were completely shook when TK went off the board for 50 right off the bat. And then they decided just to maybe, I don't know if they're sabotaging anymore, but to go after the other Kong if they couldn't have DK. But that gives a little bit more context to that one.
I'm I'm gonna throw out there that they wouldn't have gotten Donkey if Jake hadn't bid 50 because
Yeah.
Reed outbid Tanya at 36. Uh,
Yeah,
so crazy how the price of Donkey Kong was that high in my mind. Uh,
Yeah.
to each their own.
yeah. I mean, even that 36 is that was one of the highest bids for a captain. Period. Um,
I liked how the dry bones price kept increasing by one. First one for 16, then to outbid the person people bidding 16. I think the next one went for 17, and then the next one went for 18.
we got a 18 coin toad right here.
18 coin toad.
The next dry bones also went for 18, so it hit a hard ceiling at
Yeah.
18.
It's crazy. There literally was, I guess, did the dids in there, but from Donkey Kong to Bowser, only one captain sandwiched in between, just tons and tons of sidekicks.
I think
Um,
Daisy popped up in there, but
and then
also
Hamilton,
tight bid for Bowser.
right?
42-44. Reed Ham.
Reed texted me afterward, like right after that bet finished. He's like, "You outbid me by 2." I was like, "Oh dang, I'm glad I went all in then," because I was
Yeah,
like, maybe I'll just do like 40 and then you know try and get like a mediocre sidekick instead of a princess. But no, I just went, no, we'll have one.
Yeah. No, that was smart. It was really hard, like gauging. Like you're like, how badly do I really want this? And I think
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
answer at the end of the day is if you actually wanted someone, you kind of had to take it that extra step. If you
yeah,
like
I
kind of
thought
second guessed it all, it
33
was
was
getting
good.
stolen.
I thought 33 was going to be enough for Yoshi, and I got outbid by two people.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I think if we're talking, so the 38, the back to back Yoshi PD pull from Reed, and then getting
23
PD
is
for
big.
23 coins, I think, assuming it doesn't have a season 3 Colin level performance, I think that has to be probably the best deal in either auction.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe closely shadowed by this one coin Shy Guy.
I got a one coin DB, but that was
yeah.
at the very
That's
end.
tough to beat.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, for the last slots, they don't really reflect anything.
Yeah,
23, oh, a 23 coin dry bones.
yeah.
I will say, Colin, I wonder if you hadn't said anything out loud to Freddie, if he would have connected the dots. That was my one my one.
At the end,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Do you want the Waluigi or the Luigi or the dry bones?"
Yeah. For like there was because it was kind of like a lot to process. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I think there's a chance he could have choked it.
I mean, he bid correctly with the on whoever it was beforehand to come down to just one above me,
Mm-hmm.
the Waluigi. Yeah,
Yeah, which true. He sat on that Waluigi bid for like 2 minutes.
Hmm.
I should have just gone all in and taken him from him, and then just flopped him for Luigi. Just ransomed him off.
Yeah, but I mean, you got the dry bones. Um,
Yeah, I got a peach.
you do you do have a peach. Um, but yeah, no, very very fascinating auction. I think we can just roll to the
See
rosters at this point.
the
Um,
Hmm.
I feel like there's a very different feel to the MLS than there is to the SPL. Um, I think that, which we can also just transition this into the tier list. Um, I think like gut reaction. There's no one in the SPL that I'm like, okay, like this is realistically theirs to lose. And I know Hamilton's not going to want to hear this, but I do feel like
You gotta tip your hat to Colin, right? That's what you're saying. That's
yeah,
where you're going with this.
yeah. But okay, well let's just read through the rosters real quick. That way also too I can kind of like catalog it in my brain before we go over to the tier list. So Freddie ended up with Waluigi, Luigi, um, Birdo,
Luigi.
Toad, Shy Guy, Koopa, and Hammer Bro. Hamilton ended up with Bowser, Daisy, Drybones, Koopa, Monty, Drybones, and Birdo. So a Daisy for a Peach and a Birdo for a Monty. Otherwise, the identical. I'd say this is like the fraternal twin of Danny's roster last season, um, but very close. Reed got a very interesting team that we certainly have never seen before of Yoshi, PD, Hammerbro, DB, Koopa, and two Shy Guys. um, Interesting Jake roster. Looks a little bit better than I was expecting. Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
Mario, Boo, Birdo, Koopa, and Toad. Colin's got his boy back, though, the one man to give him a playoff season. Wario, Peach, Hammerbro, Boo, Monty, Shy Guy, and Drybones. And then Tanya has the Mini Kong, the Mini Bowser, Birdo, Monty, Shy Guy, Drybones, and Boob. Um, any
I will
any gut
say,
reactions before we go on to the tier list?
I don't think there is a team that if you take their A lineup and put it against a B lineup of another team, they have no chance of winning. Which I felt like there has been in previous seasons. Like where like the second captain just doesn't stand a chance, or the first captain doesn't stand a chance against like a second lineup, if that makes sense. But
I
I think
don't
like
think I'm following what you're saying.
there's not a team that's going to go winless, is what I'm saying. Which hasn't happened. Well, it has. I've been there. But I think like everyone's going like I think there's going to be a scrum in MLS. Like I don't think it was going to be out in front by a mile, or more specifically, off the bottom by a mile.
Well, let's rank it. Let's get it. Let's get in there. Um, so
Do we have a schedule yet, Colin?
We do have a schedule.
we have everything, Hamilton.
Uh,
If you go to
you know.
important docs, he said there's a season 4 spreadsheet,
Okay.
and it's on the
The
website.
schedule is also on the website.
Yeah. Um, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So MLS tier list. And this is just, based off the teams that were made. We don't have to consider where they were in the draft order when doing this and the cards they were given because everyone in theory had the same cards. Since there's only 6 teams, I don't think we need to, do the usual alphabetical order. I think we can just go through this in place and then we can maybe tweak at the end.
Who was the 7th team in there? Oh, Eric. I can't read whatever, or is that read? I cannot read these pictures.
Okay, well, that's a problem. Well, either way, sorry, I did this in no time.
Is there a reason I have 2?
Yes, it's because I was randomly generating these, and it gave 2 blues, and so then I had to go back and make a green one. So the blue one doesn't exist, and it's not as easy as you would think to delete these.
Fair enough. We'll
So,
play.
all right. So, if someone could read out the roster when I pick it up, just so I don't have to tab back and forth. So first off is Freddie. What grade are we giving Freddie? Can someone hit me with his roster?
Got Waluigi, Luigi, Big Egg, Terry, Shy Guy, Kunai, and Brosif the Hammer Bro.
Was there a dry
No
bones
dry
on there?
bones. No
No
dry
dry
bones.
bone.
One.
One Waluigi and one regular Luigi.
So
Only 2 shooters.
two kind of mid-tier captains and no dry bones.
No dry bones. Got a Birdo and a Hammer Bro for shooting. 2 balanced, and then a Toad for passing.
I think my gut is feeling B. I feel like this is a very middling team.
I'll
It's like a
agree
team
with
that could win or lose every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of not like where you necessarily want to be. Like it's really good in this format to have consistency. But you want to be consistently, I think, a little bit better. Next one's going to be a little bit different. We got Reed.
Yoshi.
Yoshi, Petey, Hammer Bro, Dry Bones, Koopa, Shy Guy, Shy Guy.
Geez, so he got a
Me?
dry bones with that captain lineup.
Yeah, throw him an S. Does have
3.
3 balanced characters.
Mm-hmm.
I
There
personally
are-
would put him in A because I'm a balanced hater. But I would yield
is, if you
S
threw
because
week
he
one-
did get the 23 coin PD.
Yeah.
This
I
is.
think-
I want to clarify what we're ranking here. Are we ranking how we think they're going to do in the season or their draft? Which are, in my mind, different things. But honestly, I don't know how much they are different things. Now that I say that out loud.
I mean, I think they're slightly different in that, like, you have your rating for PD, and then you have your rating for PD at 23 coins. Which isn't necessarily the same
Yeah,
thing.
I'd say you can
I'm-
take both into consideration.
Okay.
Just overall vibe of, their stance.
I like Reed at the top.
I think I'm going to agree with that.
Okay. I will put him in S, but I don't think he should be at the top of S, but we'll get there. Tanya.
Diddy, Bowser Jr., Blurdo, Monty, Shy Guy, Dry Bones, Boo.
No
He
did
does
lineup.
not have the did lineup available. Although if she got both free agents, she would.
I think that this can't go lower than A, in my opinion. I think the Dry Bones, Birdo, Monty with Bowser Jr. is going to be a real problem.
I would probably say low A, high B. Colin, do you
Mm-hmm.
have any thoughts?
I think I agree with low A, high B.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we
You know,
can.
as I look through other teams' rosters more in depth, I don't hate my draft as much as I did when I went to bed last night.
No. Well, speaking of your draft, you were up
Oh,
next.
it's me. I have Wario. I have Don't Ask Peach. I got a Hammer Bro, a Boo, a Monty, a Shy Guy, and a Dry Bones. So I got a wide spread on sidekicks with a Wario, a Dry Bones, Hammer Bro, T. I don't
You
know,
know,
probably
it's
somewhere
tough
low
because you were
A.
so close. Like, if you had like landed like two dry bones with this, or like a better captain,
Wanted the Mario.
yeah, I think you'd be easily top tier. I think it's all about how much value you can get out of Wario. Um,
I think I would put Colin between Tanya and Freddy.
so
I think that's
you
Which I
right.
you essentially
Mhm.
like Tanya's sidekicks more than you like Colin's sidekicks,
yeah.
I don't know if I agree with
I
that.
don't know if I agree with
I like
that
which
when
my
you say
which
it like
sidekicks
that.
more.
which I
I
don't
also
agree
would
with.
point out that Diddy has an inflated perception based on the fact that I've had success with him. No one else has ever done anything with Diddy.
Yeah, I think regardless, they're going in the same tier together. Um, we can loop back to that, but I mean you have and also too like Peach and Wario and like Peach and Diddy and Wario and Bowser Jr. like are clones of each other. There's a little bit of
Yeah.
a sway there, but we can loop back to that. Jake,
Monkey
He's got
Kong
to
for
be
50
in.
coins. Mario. He's got two solid captains. Uh, a Boo and a Toad for passing, two Birdos and a Koopa.
which
It's
the
not
DK
it's not
Luigi
terrible.
combo is what won MLS last year
Yeah.
for Garrett.
Yeah.
I I think C personally, mostly just because I'm putting in there the fact that he bid 50 on Donkey Kong off the rip. Um, but I don't
Oh
think this
no.
team is like going to be bad.
Oh, I would say B. I don't think I'd go lower than. I don't think I'd go C.
Okay,
I think I'd go B with Freddie.
It's. I
I
don't
think
think
he's
it's that
below
bad.
Freddy
He's
though.
got passers. At least when he's got like a Donkey Kong lineup, he's got a passers to feed to Donkey Kong. He's not Mega Strike reliant, or yeah, he doesn't have any Mega Strike capability, but he's not reliant on it at all. So he can win in any game. I don't know. The double Birdo's questionable, but he got wins with it last season.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean he has better captains than Freddie just with the Donkey Kong
Yeah.
over Waluigi, so that instantly gives him a boost. Okay, are we ranking Ham next, or are we ranking Ham next?
I think we
I think
rank
Ham.
him, and I think on the duplicate of the championship team, you got to put him in S. But also, you got to look at the history. Ham with Bowser last year didn't get it done. Can Ham with Bowser this year get it done? We'll see.
Ham with Daisy also did not get it done.
Yeah, it did. And with Peach also didn't get it done.
Coming into the auction, were you explicitly trying to make Danny's team?
I was not explicitly trying to make Danny's team, but I knew I wanted dry bones and shooters. I was lower on passers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then when I think I got the dry bones, a Koopa, the Monty, and the second dry bones. And I was like, Bowser still hasn't come up. I still have a decent amount of coins. If he comes up, I think I then got the Birdo too for pretty cheap. And then I was like, yeah, the rest is just going on Bowser. I'm not gonna play around with it.
Yeah, I feel
But
like you best navigated the captain drought.
Yeah.
where by the time the captains came, like you said, you already had a really solid team and um, had money for Bowser.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so on here, I think if we're going based off auction, I think you could make an argument for Tanya over Colin. I think if we are including projections for the season, I would swap that.
I'm okay with that.
My
I'm
Just
okay with that.
incredible history as a coach.
rookie managers historically, not the best, but Tanya is familiar with ball, and probably is going to get some tips from Eric. I don't know if that's good or not.
Also, she watched a lot of last season. Like
Yeah.
she is, in my opinion, more well versed than Reed and strikers
And Jake.
and Jake.
I think
Sorry,
that's
I had
fair.
to clover out.
I don't think anyone had a terrible auction to the point where we need to put anyone at C or D.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm okay with this.
I do think the one thing that is interesting about MLS compared to SPL is when we get to SPL, in my opinion, there does not I do think there is a tier gap between Ham, Reed, and the rest. That doesn't necessarily exist in the other league. So
yeah.
props to you guys. But so yeah, that was the MLS auction. Very successful. Shouts out to Garrett for emceeing. So then we rode straight into the SPL draft, which was definitely interesting. Thank you, Colin.
Got you.
It's like this looks a little bit different. Um, Definitely a different cadence to it. With captains mixed in far more evenly than in the MLS. So I don't really think there was too much. I did not feel like I took much information from the MLS draft to this, just because it played out so differently. Also, too, the different pools. But we can just go through same thing here, just kind of looking for stuff that jumps out at us. I think right off the bat, Dave making his stance clear with I did not think any toads would be paid 6 coins for. And then he went and backed it up with a 7 coin bid on the next one. 13 coins on toads in the first 4 rounds is absurd.
That wasn't even his most expensive toad.
Yeah, but the other one's a fake.
Yeah.
I would point out Jacob in back to back and in 3 rounds spending 70 or 81 coins on Mr. Monty and Yoshi.
I mean, his
Uh,
2 guys came up early. First
yeah,
5 rounds, his 2 legacy players popped up, and he went out and he got them.
I also love that he doubled the next person's bid for Yoshi. Um, so he bid 56. His next highest was 25. Um, and that's like he wanted him, and he got him, and that's what mattered to him, and I love that. But some cash was dropped for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, very very early too.
Mm-hmm.
And also
I
too
thought,
didn't give too much information on Monty pricing in the future based off of that.
yeah.
Yeah,
The next one
I
right
mean
after went
Markley
for
went for
18.
18 right after
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Drybun starting off higher with less available, starting at 21 instead of was at 16.
Yeah, I was
You
heartbroken
know,
by that.
Barrett with a 16 coin Koopa was maybe a little over the top.
Yeah.
Next highest bid was 4.
Which was really funny too, because that happened and then David bid 15 and again the next highest bid was 4 guaranteed.
Yeah.
I also didn't fully process that Bowser went for 24 coins more in the SPL.
Yeah, 68. 68.
And
Let's see. Dave put up 56 for him. Eric put up 42. Garrett put up 50.
Jacob put up 2.
He put up 2. And
Austin
Austin
put
put
up.
up 30.
Austin, when you bid 30, did you think there was a chance you would win it?
No.
Okay.
But I was just like that. That
There's
that,
no
that that's
chance, but you
that's about
gotta.
as much as I really wanted to spend on a captain.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? If this hits somehow,
Yeah.
sick. But no, I was not anticipating that.
68. He wanted him.
Can you imagine if you got
Boy,
Bowser for 30 coins?
I'd be livid in MLS.
Which, I mean, to be fair, PD went for like 23. So,
Yeah.
3. Insane.
yeah,
What did
Luigi
Eric
follows
pay
up
for PD?
19.
45,
45.
which he
Coin.
very much had to. Garrett was right there at 42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also was also once again at 30.
Yep.
No one else was bidding on captains.
30. Austin again at 30 for Donkey Kong, getting beat out by Dave 32 and Eric 31. That
Yeah.
was a tight. Was that a 3? That might have been a 3-way tie at 30.
No, I don't. Maybe it was.
I think it. I think it might have been. I don't
It
fully
could have.
remember.
Okay. If it wasn't, I'm disappointed. I think it was a three-way tie at something less than that, and then I upped it to 30,
Oh,
but they went higher, if I
30
remember
went higher.
correctly. I'll have to check the
I
VOD back
remember it
now.
Junior
was a
for
tie.
49. I didn't realize Garrett put 49 on Bowser Jr.
Yeah, I think after losing out on PD, he was not losing out on the next one, which was sick for me
Or-
because like all this like Wario was just like the last shooting captain, and people had already gone like ham on the other
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. And then and then 40 coins on for Eric on a dry bones.
Good lord.
Not that it like this is noteworthy,
Oh, yeah.
but me getting a Monty for 9 and a Hammer Bro for 9 was like absolutely shocking for me. I was not ready for that.
Plus, there's the big notch.
Yeah. Like that was me just kind of like, okay, like this is potentially high value if it hits.
Yeah.
Also,
And then
Drybones 9, which is truly Toad 5, going for 2 coins. Kind of crazy.
I think that was a tie as well.
Dude, I almost bid 25 on that guy.
25 for Dry Bones 6 though.
Yeah.
Outbid Dave by 1, which
What
he ended up he put 24 on that Dry Bones, didn't get him, and then comes back and puts 24 on a Toad.
With plenty of good sidekicks left.
Yeah.
My question is, what was it a Toad that Danny and someone else were bidding on? Danny and Eric that went
Danny
like
and
8
Eric.
rounds?
Let me find it. Danny ended up winning with 6, and Eric went 4, I think. It was oh, it was Birdo 3. Like the 8th round of the draft. They both went 5, 5, 5, and they both went to 4, then back to 5, then to 4, and then Danny finally put 6 on.
Which is a little insane because the previous round, a Birdo went for 8. Like literally the previous pick. And then what's the next Birdo go for? 1. Row 29.
1. Yeah.
What is going on?
My Birdos, sorry.
Yeah. No, another wild auction. Very different. Definitely some price differences between the MLS and SPL, which is cool. Yeah, but that ended up with our rosters. Danny landed on Bowser, Peach, Hammer Bro, Birdo, Toad, Coop, and Hammer Bro. Pretty scary. I got Mario, Wario, Monty, Boo, Monty, Hammer Bro, Dry Bones. Eric got Petey, Daisy, Boo, Monty, Shy Guy, Dry Bones. Jacob got Yoshi, Waluigi, Mr. Monty, Hammer Bro, Birdo, Toad, Shy Guy, and Garrett got Bowser Jr., The Did, Dry Bones, Birdo, Koopa, Boo, and Monty. Before we go to the list, anything on here jump out to you guys?
A lot of legacy.
Yeah, that's true.
People wanted their characters, and they went out and got them. Danny got Bowser. Eric got Petey. Jacob got Yoshi. You know, people knew what Dave got his four Toads. You know, people knew what they wanted, and they went out and got them. You got Mario Wario again.
Yeah, was not planning that. I missed Dave's roster: Luigi, DK, Toad, Koopa, Toad. Yeah, I think Garrett is the only person who has never had either of those two captains before. I think everyone else has had a run with it.
Yeah.
Lots of going back to your ex.
Yeah. Eric's had both of those. You've had both of those. Dave's had both of those last season.
No, Dave did not.
Right? No,
Dave has
Garrett
only had Luigi.
Luigi, yeah.
Okay. Well, it is ranking time here. We'll do the same thing. So, first up for SPL is Eric.
Petey, Daisy, Boo, Monty, Shy Guy, and he does have a Dry Bones at the end.
I'd like to put him in A, if I'm going to be honest.
His second captain's Daisy?
Yeah.
Easy.
I think he loses once every third week, but I think that he wins twice with his A lineup, which is
he knows how to
frankly
use Petey.
what we were asking Danny to do last season.
I would probably go B. The double Shy Guy.
I think his sidekicks are better than they've been in the past, though. He's got a Monty. He does have a Dry Bones, which he's never used before.
I'd also point out that one of the Shy Guys is Saquando.
Colin, if you agree, I'll ride with that.
I would put bottom. This league is hard because everyone's pretty good and spread out. I would lean bottom of A to high B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see where the rest of the cards lie. But I think that's very reasonable. David.
Luigi, DK, good combo, but then he has four Toads and a Koopa.
So I'm going to state that I think that Dave's going to capitalize on the fact that his team's not going to hit, and they're going to move the ball like crazy, and they're going to get it to Donkey Kong, who's good at shooting, and Luigi, who we've seen shoot the ball really well.
Donkey Kong might lead the league, and if he starts Donkey Kong as many times as possible, Donkey Kong might lead the league in goals.
Yeah. And he also has Kate. I really realized that it's really just four Toads and Kate.
And I'm gonna
hop on a bit of a soapbox here and say the fact that he has this lineup and he does not have two shooting captains is not. I'm not saying that will like what you said still might be true and it still might work out, but with this team, he 100% should have two shooting captains.
Yeah,
like he could have paid nothing for pretty much all of his sidekicks, and he like realistically, there's a chance that he could have swung like Bowser Petey with four Toads and a Koopa. I know that like trashing on Dave has never aged that well, but I do not like this team. And I like in my opinion, it is just a much worse version of his team last year, because last year he had three Toads, Kate, and a Hammer Bro. So he lost a Hammer Bro, added another Toad, and then went from Wario Bowser Jr. to DK Luigi. Like that is
Donkey doesn't fall though.
What'd you say?
Donkey doesn't fall though.
Yeah. I mean I just I don't like this team.
I don't like it either, and he doesn't have really a way out of it because right now there are the only two free agents in the SPL is two boos. So you can drop a toad, but you're just gonna pick up a boo, which isn't really any different.
My opinion, it's a worse Toad.
Yeah. So I'm okay with C.
I would
Dave,
go.
I'm just gonna go on record and say I think that you have a chance.
He does.
Because
He
I
does
don't want
not have a chance to win.
to.
What
Look,
are you saying he has a chance of? You think he has a chance of winning the championship with this team?
yeah, I think so.
He could sneak into the
Three
three
seed
hole.
and then
Good on
have
a
some
heater.
stamina because like his stamina doesn't matter. He's got a million toads. I I I just know that every time I've slandered Dave, it's cost me wins somehow. And I don't know how it's gonna do it when he's in a different league, but I don't want it to continue.
Yeah,
So I
I
will
mean,
not be slandering Dave.
I know I'm screwing myself. I'm the only person that's impacted by this. But I just gotta say it. Like I think this team is so dumb. All right, we'll move on to Danny.
He's
He
got the same
traded
team, doesn't he? What is it?
he traded two dry bones for two hammer bros.
And he traded two Monties for a Birdo and a Toad. He has a passer.
Yeah.
This is his season 2 build. So his season 2 team was Hammerbro, Koopa, and Birdo. So effectively he can run that with rotating other things in.
I don't think it's as good as this team last year. Definitely
I
not.
would
Oh
agree.
God, no.
It's still Danny with Bowser though, and he's won it two straight times, and I feel like I can't put him anywhere besides S.
I think I would have put him in A if I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's S.
I don't know if I'm gonna put anyone in S, so I'll say that
Yeah.
before I want to put him in A.
That's kind of my logic as well, but I definitely
Fair.
I don't think he's head and shoulders above Eric.
Yeah, but I do think we should put him in front of Eric.
I would agree with that. I think he's better than Eric, but I don't think he's head and shoulders above Eric.
I'm gonna put this into the ether. This is the season when Danny loses on Lava Pit. I'm stamping that.
Who's doing it?
I don't know. Probably Eric. Maybe Dave. Because that's how much sense this whole thing makes.
Garrett just needs to get a hammer bro, and he can do it. I believe.
Well, let's talk about his team.
Well, first off, he's got Diddy. He's got Dry Bones. He's got a Koopa. All he needs is a hammer bro, and he's set. Um,
He also has
but
Bowser Jr., King Boo, and Monty Mole 6,
yes,
aka T.
I think it's a good team. Sidekicks are solid. He's got a good spread. It's honestly a
hmm
similar team to what I have going on in the MLS.
hmm I'd either put him, I want to say behind Eric, but I don't know if I agree with that when I say it out loud.
I think B. I don't know. Bowser Jr. is so weird because he kind of wins, but then also doesn't win. That didn't really make any sense. But
But it did. Mm.
Yeah, I'd either say
Uh,
back of A or in B, like low A, high B.
I'm good with that.
Let's stick him in A for now. And then
I feel
we'll
like
If
Bowser
no
Jr.
one
is good, but it's never really been fully unlocked.
if no one goes in B by the end of this, I will state that David should not be have a tier in between him and the rest of the group.
you're right.
For the million audio listeners we have, he's been moved to D. Um,
Which stands for David. All right, I got Jaco in my hand.
Yoshi, Waluigi, Mr. Monty, Hammer Roberto, Toad, Shy Guy.
I don't hate this team. I really don't.
different than his team last year.
Hmm.
He's got a Waluigi instead of a Donkey Kong. What are the sidekicks? I don't even remember what he has had normal last year.
He's got a lot of legacy. He has Toad, Hammer Bro, Monty.
That's kind of been his standard, right?
Yeah. He usually has a Koopa.
I
I
think
don't know if he has a Koopa this season.
No Koopa, but he's got
uh,
a Shy Guy, and he's got a Birdo to fill in when Mr. Monty's out.
I like B.
I think B's fair.
Also
You know,
knowing
if
that,
I was a betting man, I'd put money on Jacob finishing fourth this season.
yeah. I was gonna say mostly due to the fact that I think that managerial. I don't think he'll be watching enough games to make changes to map selection.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have to. All he has to do is ban Wasteland when Yoshi's playing, and then
Yeah,
pick Wasteland when Waluigi's
When
playing.
Waluigi's playing, he's
yeah.
gotta remember to flip that.
That's gonna be tough. He definitely is gonna run Yoshi on Wasteland by accident at one point.
Or he's just never gonna let Waluigi play at Wasteland.
I will say one thing
He
that's
doesn't.
different about Jacob compared to the top three we have is all the top three have like a high tier captain, and then they have one of the three lowest tier. Jacob's the
Hmm.
first person that has a high tier captain and then a mid tier second.
Hmm.
But I don't think his high tier is necessarily as good. Like it's not a shooting captain.
Yeah, it's a balance.
He's very much mega strike or bust.
Yeah, I personally think about him very on a similar level as Bowser Jr. because he just kind of swapped
Yeah.
shooting for Mega Strike and vice versa. But it's definitely just opinion at that point.
Like I think Yoshi would struggle against like Dave's team because I don't think he'll be able to catch all nine toads on the field with the egg.
That's a great point. All right, I got myself.
Good team. He's got Mario Wario again. It's a different Wario. Uh, he's got a Monty Mole, a Boo, another Monty Mole, Hammer Bro, and a Dry Bones. Honestly, great sidekicks. Uh,
I'm a tee Austin up to get absolutely vengeance. I just leached by David. I want to put him at the top of A. No, other
I
way.
think that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a lot of success with Mario last year. If Wario, remembers that he's actually decent, um, he's got the double Monty we've seen has been effective. Got a Dry
There's also
Bones. He's got a Hammer Bro. A lot of scoring. A lot of offensive power.
I kind of
Um,
forgot that there were only three dry bones in this league,
yeah,
and so having one of three, we now have Eric, Garrett, and Austin who have each have one of the dry bones in A. There's just
yeah.
also a Danny.
Who has a Bowser?
Yeah.
That was about.
Well, I think if we move David up to in B with Jacob,
Yeah.
I don't mind this at all. I think you could definitely swap some people around in A, um,
Hmm.
and have different opinions on Jacob and David, and potentially also move them there. It's gonna be a really exciting season for SPL. Definitely a lot of parity. There's not a team coming out of the draft looking like Adam last season.
Yeah.
Even though he put some results down the first half of the season, it felt like the wheels were always going to fall off. That definitely I don't think is the case here. It's going to be a tough league, and two people are going to go down that probably won't feel that it's deserved. So it's going to be intense.
Starting 0 and 2 is going to put some serious pressure on somebody because someone will start 0 and 2. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
matter of like, can they flip it around?
Yeah.
I mean, Austin did
Uh,
last year, right?
yeah.
Yep. I had I don't even know. It was horrendous. It was a really, really, really bad start. Can hardly even remember at this point. But yeah, feel pretty good about that. So the only thing we have left is to look forward to some actual games. So, um, we have our week 1 slate here. Gonna be interesting. So first game we have in the MLS is the brotherly matchup. I'm kicking it off early. We got Hamilton versus Reed. While I finish typing here, anyone have any thoughts right off the bat?
Curious which of Reed's captains he considers his A captain. Because I think when you play your brother, you are gonna throw out your best lineup. He wants to win that, so I feel like he's gonna try to put his best lineup out there. We'll see what he thinks that is. Ham coming out, Bowser double DB right off rip. Feel like he might. I'm gonna go Ham in 3. Just highlight all that and delete it.
Yep. On. Gonna pay Hamilton back for putting me in the top of A and give him Hammond 2.
Thanks. I'll keep the streak alive of not doing terrible and pick Reed in 3.
You want me to reveal Dave's picks since they're in already?
Yeah.
He picked Hammond 2.
Okay, Hamilton
Forward.
fends off the guarantee.
I'll protect the guarantee, boys. We don't do well with guarantees.
Freddie versus Jake.
Do you think Freddie starts Waluigi? Or do you think he starts Luigi?
I think he starts Waluigi.
Somehow he's ended up in an even more ambiguous spot than last season.
I was actually looking at this. I think I hate Freddie's team a decent bit more.
I think he starts Waluigi. I think he starts Big Egg, Terry, and Kunai. Or maybe Broseph. But I think Freddie loves his name value. And so I think he goes with the big name boys. Big Egg, Terry, and Kunai.
Do we even know what I swear there is a good Waluigi lineup that's not triple DB, but do we even know what it is? Because I swear at the end of season 2 he was kind of frying, and then last season Waluigi was just horrid.
Yeah, Waluigi was terrible last season.
I don't think that he has a good Luigi lineup in there at all. As someone who's done a lot of work with the bros,
doesn't have a ton of scoring output. I'm gonna do it. I feel like he's not gonna run double Birdo out there. I'm gonna go to Jake in 3.
I'm gonna put Austin in a bind here. I'm also gonna take Jake in 3.
I think if Jake does anything,
Austin went first. Fuck.
He does.
Well, boys, we got our first guarantee. Can Dave save us?
Dave picked Jake in 2.
I never followed up on what our guarantee percentage was last season, but I don't think it was that great. I don't think.
No.
It was over 50.
Look, Freddie, we did this for your benefit.
Yeah, well, Freddie also is.
Freddie's a second-half manager.
Freddie is in the camp of people who just hate listens to this podcast. I already did Dave a massive favor earlier. He's gonna ride that wave for every win. He's gonna quote me. Freddie's in that camp too. Freddie lives off the hate. So Freddie, we're looking out for you. Colin versus Tanya. Words I did not know I was ever going to say out loud.
Colin run Peach week 1.
Gotta go get that hammer bro out there.
Surely Colin's just got to maximize how many times he plays Wario this season. He's already bringing the branding back. If you look at the SPL reference page, Warriors FC dominates so many categories. Colin's back. I'm taking him in 2.
I've already submitted my roster, and I've already set the name to Warriors FC.
He's going to Thunder Island. He's back.
Wario's win percentage on Thunder Island is officially listed as like 20% because it doesn't count season one,
Yep.
where he went like 9-1 or something.
Him, what's your pick here?
Teams are really similar the more you look at them. The difference is a Birdo for a Hammer Bro, and then captains.
But the captains are the same.
So
Yeah.
it's literally a Birdo and a Hammer Bro. Give me Tanya in 3. Rookie manager.
Oh, not that this is relevant now. Only like 45 minutes late, maybe more. But another change for season 4, which actually is quite big, is full 8 map pool for both divisions.
Yes.
Um, which definitely will, like, there are some people that will affect.
So there is a slight home field advantage because they get that final, like, basically when it comes down to two picks, two maps at the end, it's the home team's preference on which map gets picked. So the home team on the schedule we're looking at is the team listed on the bottom. So like Reed, Jake, and Tanya have a slight advantage where they get to pick between essentially two maps for game 3.
Is the home team the right team in the
The
spreadsheet?
home team is going to be on the spreadsheet. I have flipped everything around. The home
Wow.
team is going to be whatever the game says the home team is.
Which I think is left.
Left, yeah. Just how soccer scoreboards work.
Yes. Yes. Home team is the left team.
Okay. Thank you
Had
for
to
switching
clarify.
that so that way there's less
Design.
confusion.
Alphabetically. I might need to fix that in the display, actually.
Colin, what's your pick in this?
Uh, is it too early to bring out the coin?
It's never too early. It's never too
Let
late.
me back the boys. I gotta back the boys. We gotta start out hot. Give it to me in 3.
If you wanted, I could have flipped a coin to see whether or not you should flip the coin.
And then Dave went Tanya in 3.
Pretty split.
As it
I think
should
that's
be in
fair.
my mind in that matchup.
Yeah. Eric versus Danny, the classic big bro, little bro, PD versus Bowser, third season in a row. Now our roommates. It doesn't get more SPL than this.
Give me Danny in 2.
Oh no. You know,
Eric's coming down.
you asked me who's gonna beat Danny on a lava pit. It doesn't even last 1 week. Eric snipes him week 1.
Danny actually first bans Lava Pit just to prevent it.
You're saying Eric? Or you're saying Danny?
No, Danny bans Lava Pit so that way Eric can't beat him on it.
No, big bro never believes that little bro's gonna win. He lets it through.
Part of me also wanted to pick Eric and then have his entire team collapse after a hot start. I'm gonna go Dan in 3. And Dave went Dan in 2.
The roomy. There's subtle undertones. Maybe Eric hasn't been doing dishes. Garrett versus me.
Never pick a game to end in 2. We shall see. And Garrett versus you.
Haven't played
How's
Garrett
your
in
game,
like 10 years.
Yeah.
I see a world where Garrett starts Diddy, starts his B
No.
team.
I don't think so.
If you do it, week 3 is a good week for you. Is my logic.
Yeah. But with the new rules, if you just get
Sweeps. Yeah.
2 game series, you can run them out there again.
Well, I've typed it in. I'm taking myself in 3, assuming that Garrett fields a good roster. Because
I'm guessing you
I
don't
don't
want to
think you
reveal
can
this.
I don't think in SPL you can rest really. I
Yeah.
mean, you can, especially week 1. Like I think in the future you could calculate when someone's bad captain is coming up, but
The one,
there's no off weeks.
yeah. Um, who does Austin run out there is the question. Mario was great for him, and Wario is generally perceived as better, but in Austin's history, he's had way more success with Mario than Wario. Um, Austin Garrett, kind of an old little rivalry back from the MFMK days and the season one
Yeah,
little.
the forbidden PD Rimmer game.
Yeah, Austin, you're welcome. I'm gonna give it to Garrett
How many?
in 3.
Man just picks 3 every series.
Oh yeah, I always pick 3.
Ham, what's your pick here?
Especially
I'm
season
gonna
one. I
take
don't have too
Austin
many.
2.
Austin, I did it for you.
Thank you, Colin.
Dave picked Austin in 3.
Gonna be some good games. And then we finish off with Dave versus Jaco.
No,
Oh
this is
boy.
this is what I was talking about. If Dave actually runs 3 Toads and Donkey Kong, I think Dave beats the Yoshi team
Yeah.
because I don't think Yoshi's gonna be able to farm Mega Strikes if he can't catch all the Toads,
No, that's a fair
and he
point.
won't get as many. He won't get power ups because he won't be able to hit the Toads. Give me Dave in 2. I'm locking it in. Actually, Dave submitted a roster, but
The prophet has
I didn't
spoken.
look at it.
Ham, do you have any strong feelings on this?
Give me Dave in 3. Austin hates what we're doing.
Well, I do think that, with my issues with Dave's team, I think that what Colin is saying is true. I think this is the best possible use case you could have of triple toads.
Holy shit. Not to interrupt. They just threw a pass to Jameis Winston, who caught it contested, juked out a guy, stiff armed him, and then got into the end zone. That was awesome.
That's
Love
going to
James
be
Winston.
Donkey Kong in week 1.
What did Dave predict? He predicted himself in 3.
Finishing off on a guarantee. Lots of good games here. Shown by Colin going to 3 in almost all of them. But overall, just so stoked to get back into things. Think it's going to be a banger season. The auction already was incredible. Thank you, Colin, for the millionth time. Like, really, like, from like a user experience on both sides, like, absolutely sick. And makes me much more excited at the prospect of maybe using that again in the future, just because of how great it is. Um, Anyone have any final words of wisdom or parting thoughts as we head into week 1? All right, goodbye.
Just